How did the Imperial German Army use propaganda? If you're curious about how the Imperial German Army utilized propaganda during World War I, you're about to uncover some fascinating and strategic methods they employed. To start, the German military recognized the importance of public support early on. In 1913, the General Staff emphasized that nationwide public backing was essential for fighting a future war. However, when World War I began, the German government and military leadership had not established a central institution to coordinate public relations and propaganda efforts. This led to a somewhat improvised and disorganized approach to propaganda in the early stages of the war. One of the primary objectives of German propaganda was to justify the breach of Belgian neutrality. This was crucial because any doubt about the defensive nature of the war could undermine the Burgfrieden, or the unity and solidarity of the German people. To achieve this, propaganda efforts focused on three main areas: imposing social control through censorship, providing controlled information to newspapers and publications, and preventing the spread of enemy propaganda at home. Censorship played a significant role. The War Press Office, controlled by the Army High Command, regulated what journalists could report. Only journalists with recognized patriotic views were allowed to report from the front, and they were restricted to speaking with high-ranking officers. This ensured a uniform and controlled narrative about the war. Propaganda posters, publications, and events were also widely used. For example, posters often depicted determined and heroic German soldiers, emphasizing the need for financial support from the home front. These posters promoted the idea of Volksgemeinschaft, or the unity of the front and home front, and highlighted the necessity of perseverance against adversity. In addition to visual propaganda, the German military used various other methods. They organized events of music and entertainment to distract the population and subtly convey patriotic ideals. These events were particularly common from late 1917 onwards, arranged by the Interior Ministry in Berlin. Private initiatives also contributed to the propaganda effort. Popular propaganda, such as letters to the editor, or poems and war-themed merchandise, often followed its own agenda rather than strictly adhering to official messages. For instance, slogans like "Every shot," "A Russian," "Every dig," "A Frenchman," "Every kick," "A Brit" were used to imply the inferiority of enemy soldiers and assure the public of a secure German victory. The German military also used propaganda to influence prisoner behavior and shape public opinion. For example, they created foreign-language newspapers for prisoners of war, portraying the German Empire in a positive light. These newspapers reported on German military successes and the cruelties of enemy empires. Photographs and reports of prisoners enjoying good treatment were also disseminated to show the world how well Germany treated its prisoners. In summary, the Imperial German Army's use of propaganda was multifaceted and included censorship, controlled media reporting, propaganda posters and events, private initiatives, and even the treatment of prisoners of war. These methods were designed to maintain morale, justify the war effort, and ensure public support throughout the conflict.